How you doing? How you doing? What up? What up? What up? What up? How you doing? Hope you're cool. I'm only saying hope you're cool, like I'm kind of used to saying that, but you gotta get used to it. Yeah, you gotta get used to it. How you doing? What's up? What's good? What's popping? Kilo shele. Let me see our tribal. It's like kilo sopping, kilo shele. So we've been talking about self care for a while now, and it's been awesome. Sincerely, it's been awesome. I was checking the calendar yesterday. I discovered that gosh, no time to check time. Time is not waiting for anybody. I mean, anybody. Okay, my name is Rema. I'm your psychotherapist, and what do we do here? We give psychological solutions to psychological issues in the society. And guess what? I was so excited when I saw the announcement of Messi Chio's engagement yesterday. It was like, oh my gosh, I don't mind if we can take a look, as in let's take a look. We are looking forward to what's gonna pop in on the wedding day. Anyway, that's by the way, but I'm using this video to say congratulations to Messi Chimo. We wish you a blessed and blissful home. Okay, we'll be talking about a lot of things on this channel, and if you are just joining the tribe, don't forget to click on subscribe. And in case you are part of this community already, thank you for always looking forward to our episode. I hope you're always learning one or two things in order to catch up with what we're doing. So I spoke about self-care of the body, I spoke about self-care of the soul. I said I was going to say something about the psychological effect of self-care of the soul. So I'm going to talk about it while I move to the last session of self-care, which I'm going to be talking about. So the number one psychological effect of self-care of the soul is that it helps you avoid unnecessary things. Practically, a lot of people don't know that many of the gibbish that they feed themselves in sometimes are not really important. There are some information that they are not legal to your soul. Let me say that they are like you are disobeying or betraying the law of the soul. So when you are giving yourself to more of negative information deep down inside of you, the conscious part of you will surely let you know that what you are feeding on, or practically what you are allowing into your soul, is not what you should allow into your soul. So when you allow those things into your soul, it's more or less like you are giving into the gibbish you should not give into, and your outcome with what you are allowing into your soul will not necessarily be a good output. Many a times, what people don't know is that our output defines the content of who we are on the inside. So when your output is not making sense, people literally have a definition of your kind of person without even saying this is who I am. So you have to be intentional about that aspect in order to give a good psychological output to people. So number two psychological effect of checking what you allow into your soul is sanity. Most times when I talk about sanity, people be like, what she's saying. A sane person is not just somebody that is free from madness and things like that. It's also somebody that is free from negative things, negative informations, negative vibes, negative mentality, toxic things around the environment. It is very important as an individual who is emerging into a good psychological and mental stability to understand that you need to filter what you engage yourself in. Let me use that word. You really need to filter what you engage yourself with in order to build a balanced sanity in the environment, especially that the environment where there's just so many. I was scrolling online today and I saw something that's probably like, hey. So a woman was prescribing herbs for people, and the woman was prescribing one house that is totally out of it. And I felt like, what's this? Somebody that does not understand will literally just go outside there and use something like this. And at the end of the day, it will have effect on them. So that's one of the things that we do as a psychologist, to help you weigh the things that are good and effective for you and things that are not effective for you. So psychologically, when you listen to that, if you're not you're like, ah, let me go and use it. Somebody said it on Facebook, which you are not sure. That's why we have so many people having so many things they should see, things they shouldn't have. Why? Because they are getting themselves used to being treated by a quack or being treated by people that are not really educated in that place of profession. and that is actually going to do a lot of damage on them. So sanity is very, very important. You protect your sanity. Sanity is you keeping yourself safe in the midst of a lot of madness. You can be living in an environment where there's just so many things happening. Probably you see so many people doing so many wrong things into drug, alcohol, and things like that. You can choose to be safe. Yeah, you can. You can be safe. It's only if you don't want to be safe and you find yourself wanting to be under that same influence. That's when you keep enjoying that kind of vibes. There are some vibes that you don't even enjoy, not talk of you falling a victim of it. So number three, or psychological effect of taking care of your soul, or what you allow into your soul, is be careful. Understand this, that your five sense of organ are very, very important. In psychology, we call it sensation. Sensation is how the five what the information your five sense of hunger bring. What are your five sense of hunger? Your eye, your nose, your hair, your taste, and things like that. So you have to be careful what you allow those things feel, or what you allow them sense. So if you're not careful of what you allow those things sense, there's this negative signal it sends to your brain, and before you know it, it becomes something that shouldn't be part of you. And that's one of the things I tell when I coach people with addiction. You have to be careful how you use your five sense of organs. It's very important. One of the things I do is I trace their source, and I try to look for a way in which we can curb their source in order to bring them to a place of balance. Anyway, you can slide into my DM if you need more on that. But it is very, very, very important to understand your five sets of organs are very important, and you need to make use of them in a positive way if you actually want to produce a positive result to your soul. For example, someone who is used to watching a lot of how do I put it, emotional movie. I keep saying emotional because that seems to be very, very. In fact, these days there is not everywhere. You see a lot of people watching porn, and it's not really, how do I put it? It's not really, they are not hiding it again. Let me use that word. People are not hiding it again. They don't even see a big deal, but there's a big deal in it, because the more you watch things like that, the more you get addicted to it. And when you're addicted to it, there is tendency that you might be suffering from masturbation, you might be suffering from being a sex addict, you may be suffering from so many things. And those things will not even help you. They will, because at the time where you need to stay in a place that is disciplined, you won't be disciplined. And let me tell you something, trying to justify your weakness doesn't help your weaknesses. That's what we don't know. When you justify your weaknesses, it only amplifies your weaknesses to gravitate into a stronghold in your life. And when it gravitates into a stronghold in your life, it has a negative effect on your character, and negative effect on your reputation. So the easier you start learning to curb your weaknesses, the easier it is for you to be able to build a sound and a strong mental health for yourself. So number four, on the psychological effect of building a strong soul, building a good soul, is that it helps you maintain nobility. Let me use that word, virtues. Many of times when you feed yourself on things, emotional things that are more filled with maybe like anger, hatred, probably maybe you're around someone that's always gossiping about others, saying something bad about other people every time. Before you know it, you begin to display an attitude towards that person. And when you begin to display an attitude towards that person, you will see it in that your attitude, that due to what you have heard, or due to what you have seen, or due to what you have fed your soul about that particular person, you yourself are beginning to develop what you should not develop towards that person. So many a times our level of judging people, or sensing people, or trying to define people around us is not coming from our genuine impression of how we've observed them. It's coming from what people have said about them, and what we felt is right because of what people have said about them. So that's why most times when people slander other people, they don't know the repercussion of slandering other people, but they just say it in the sense that, okay, let me just say it now. Like we learn to forget it. We don't, things like that don't forget. Someone like me, I'm this kind of person that when people say words that are very, 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 how do I put, sensitive to me, I can forgive easily. But sometimes I tend to want to think about it, because I'm very sensitive to words. And it's not just about me, it's about the majority outside there. Everyone outside there is sensitive to words, whether you like it or not. So what we say to them actually has a lot to do with their soul. So don't engage around toxic people that tend to. I'm not talking about when you are corrected now. Fine, it's normal for you to be corrected in love, and for you to adjust and do the needful that you need to do. But you need to also understand that in the place of adjusting and doing the needful, there are some words that you necessarily don't need to hear. When you hear them, it can break your soul, it can pieces you, and it can undefine who you need to be. So you need to find yourself in the midst of every negative words. And what do you do in that kind of situation? You need to redefine yourself. You need to say to yourself, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is who I want to become, this is what I see myself becoming. Even the devil comes at us at times and starts saying words that should say to our thoughts. And when it comes, if you're not careful, those words can manipulate your soul. It can bring you into the place it shouldn't bring you into. So you need to be so careful about what you hear around people in order to have a good and a pure soul. And having a pure soul, what does it do? It helps you build virtue. Sincerely, it helps you build virtue. Literally, people, somebody that things that shouldn't really offend you will not offend you. But when you keep hearing the negative things about people around you, things that should not offend you begin to offend you. Why? You already had a wrong impression piled up in your heart towards people around you at that particular moment. So, number fifth of what I'm saying or what I'm talking about is keeping your soul pure is keeping yourself pure. That's what we don't know. I was watching Darasimi's video, the Darasimi, Ella, and then Solu's video. I think they were talking about sex and things like that, and they were like, it's something that has to do with mind. It begins with your mind. So when your mind already thought it, your body will do it. So literally, everything that a man does at the end of the day is something that begins with mind. If you want to lie, you already thought about that lie in your mind even before you do it. You already everything, whatever it is, whatever negative it is, that you already thought about them in your mind before you do it. So it is important that we understand the school of the soul psychologically so we can build a strong virtue for ourselves. You know, a lot of people, there are so many people in the world, but a beautiful soul is very rare to find in the world. That's what we don't know. And keeping yourself as a beautiful soul is also rare, especially when you've gone through a lot of traumas, where you've gone through a lot of experiences that can actually make you have another way around. And that's why it's good that we are gifted or we are spirited in a place of hearing positive things so that we can shift our soul from that negative environment, negative thoughts, negative traumas, negative whatever it is that's happened to us, to the place of balance so we can be encouraged, so we can feel filled with, so we can feel positive, so we can have the right vibes that we need to have in order to do that which is right for ourselves. So it is actually very important as an individual to learn to keep your soul strong, keep your soul pure, keep your soul sane, so that you can have a good psychological output in everything you do. So I would like, probably maybe next week I will talk more about talking about the psychology of the spirit. Taking care of your spirit is very important too, but most importantly, taking care of your soul is something that you have to be intentional about. Until you are intentional about you cannot understand that you need self-care, and you cannot really take care of yourself. So intentionality is one of the major core of taking care of your soul. You can get soul stripper from emotion doctors because it will actually help you to maintain a good sanity too. It's actually a very good book. So that's on Hope Alive Therapy today. I'll see you guys when I see you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to give up thumbs up, and don't forget to do what? To subscribe to our YouTube channel and invite friends. You can slide into our DM in case you have anything you want to discuss with us. I'll see you guys when I see you. Take care. Bye bye.